Hello everyone, this is Stock Market Daily. Thank you for joining me today. It is April 14th, 2023. As always, this is not financial advice. Please don't copy my trading strategies because you will lose money. This is only for educational purposes. Okay, so looking at the SPX chart, you could see that we started the day off a little bit below yesterday's closing price. I was somewhat relieved because the prior day I sold all those calls on the SPX and they wound up in the money, so I had to roll them. Now, today, when we opened up slightly lower, I was quite happy to see that, but then we quickly reversed that, closed the gap, and continued to trend up higher very fast. Now, what happened here, there was consumer sentiment data from the University of Michigan, and that data came out with a surprise, a 1% jump on inflation. This data is usually almost like a non-event, I believe, in my opinion, and the fact that it was such a big change, an unexpected change, might have caused some of this initial reaction. However, I don't believe that that was the entire picture. So you could see that we had this prior resistance level here that was already marked from way before, and we were pretty much right at that level when that data came out. So we should have had a little bit of pullback anyway, technically, and the negative data or surprising data came out as well, might have caused this initial red candle, but you could see we quickly came back up and after that started to sell off. I think there's more to this picture. If we look at the advanced decline line, we'll zoom out a little bit to the beginning of the day. You could see that we were hitting a new high for a few months. However, the amount of stocks that were trending up were a lot less than yesterday. So this is yesterday's close, and this is today's open. You could see that there was a lot less stocks advancing at that time. So we were at 900, at the very peak, we were at 950 or so, something like that. And yesterday at close, we're about at 1,300 stocks that were advancing. So a little bit of a difference. I mean, we started with 173 stocks. So during that time, during the bull run that we had, like in the first 30 minutes, it changed quite a bit. However, we were already kind of weak on a day. The point I was trying to make is we were already kind of weak on a day. Now, this chart doesn't always, go hand in hand with the fact that if this is not as good looking as yesterday in terms of the amount of advancing stocks, doesn't mean that the SPX can't go up or the market can't go up. It will. I mean, it can and it will. However, it's just another clue to look at. And additionally, we also had Microsoft that was down. Apple was down, but they recovered and did really well. There's a few other tech companies, not Amazon. There was, let's see, I believe it was NVIDIA, but they again also recovered and did really well. There's a few others that I was looking at, and they were kind of mimicking this setup right here, where pretty much what Microsoft was doing. They were going up, but they were a lot lower where they are the day before. So whatever was driving the market higher didn't have as much velocity to keep on going with some of these stocks that are pretty much down. So it was no surprise to me that we eventually sold off. I didn't expect it to sell off this much. However, because I was kind of looking at that and seeing that trend, I hesitated to really enter into some aggressive put positions. And again, the premium was a lot lower today, so it was already a little bit, it wasn't as, it was a little more difficult to enter and collect the usual premium that I usually look for, which is about $500 on the put side to start. So I entered. Let's take a look at the strikes that I entered. So the first one that I did go into, just because I saw the initial run up and I wanted to capture some of premium before it got completely crushed, was the 4020, which was right here. And for that one, I collected $320. Now, this option I ended up selling back for $40 at the end of the day, because I assumed that there's a good possibility we could pull back into it. A lot of the day we did spend around this level where this option was in the money. And it was kind of funny to see, because I opened up this one and I had a bunch of call positions that were open over here. So no matter what I did at the end of the day, something would have been in the money no matter what. Well, I was hoping that, essentially I could buy back this one while the market's going up, and then hopefully the market then comes back down and my call positions become worth less. And that's almost what happened. Not quite, but essentially that's almost what happened. We never got the strong pullback at the end of the day. So anyway, this option ended up being bought back for $40. You can see the 4105 that was open for $200, and the 4100 was open for $110. Now on the call side, we had the 4120, which is right here. Okay, and that was rolled from yesterday into today, and again was rolled today into tomorrow. And the 4120 was rolled into the 4125 for Monday, not tomorrow, for Monday. On that roll, I collected $315. So just a 5 strike points, or 1 strike price away of 5 points. Now the next one is 4125 right here. And there's 2 of those, and it was rolled into Monday for 4135. So 10 points away. And for that, I collected $160 per option. Lastly, there was the 4130, which is right here. And that one was rolled into 4140. I could have rolled it a little bit higher. I could have rolled 4145, but I wanted to collect some additional premium. So that was rolled into 4140, and I collected $335 for that option. So all in all, pretty good day. I collected, let's see, $1,932. And that wouldn't have been possible if I didn't roll these. Majority of the premium came from rolling these options on the call side. So they're now on Monday. They are some are still in the money, but we're slowly getting up there. We're getting to the highs, and the good thing is the market didn't go too crazy today. Otherwise, it would have been a little harder to roll them. Obviously, could have rolled them for, instead of Monday, Tuesday, or next Wednesday, to really get them out of the money and get them, into a higher position. But luckily, pulled back, and now I'm fairly confident. I'm sitting comfortable. I'm not really worried about this trade. I'm okay with it completely. Now also the credit spreads that I've opened, they're also doing pretty good. Recovered a lot of yesterday's losses that took place. In fact, this one I believe was down to $300 at some point. Now it looks like it's about 500 or so, which is okay. It's fine. It has a lot of time. We still have a lot of time for it to go down. That's what we want. And this one was, I believe, $900. Now it went up to what looks like about $1,200 or something. And that's that. I hope everybody has a good weekend. And if you like the content, if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. Thanks. Well, we'll do another episode on Monday. Thanks. Bye-bye.